Hey guys, welcome back. This is Free Fall Friday. My name is Sam and my partner name is Herc. Today we're going to talk about Your Name.
Yep. So basically, that's a classic. If you're in an anime and you're in a low key anime, that's a classic, and you have to watch it if you want to get in your feels. If you want to, it's just a tear jerking anime. Basically, a quick synopsis is basically this girl from 3 years ago. She kind of died because a meteor kind of split and landed in her area of Japan, and then this kid who they've met 3 years back but don't remember has to go back and kind of save her because they swap bodies every now and then, and she goes in the future, he goes in the past, and then blah 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 blah, feelings get caught, and it's just like sad, emotional, and great art, and it's a good time. Tear-jerking anime.
Honestly, this was my first time watching it, and I was telling her I want to say my reaction for this audio, and let me tell you, wow. Honestly, I was the first 30 or 20 so minutes, I was confused. It was just, them going back and forth with the bodies. I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, it didn't click to me. And then, honestly, it was just like, whoa, like, oh, there's a purpose why they're switching bodies. And everybody was like understanding, and he was trying to find her, and at some point when he was forgetting about her, I was like, whoa, what's going on? Why are you forgetting about her? Like, it wouldn't be that hard to forget about someone. And I was like, wait, it was very confusing for me, but like I do understand everything. And I was like, wow, this hits the feelings. And then obviously at the end they found each other, and I was like, wow, like this comes in a full circle of like when they first met and everything like that.
Okay, so what's your opinion about basically if you had to rate it 1 out of 10?
I would say a 8.5.
8.5. Reasoning.
Yes.
Reasoning.
Reasoning. Because like I said, the first 20 minutes of the movie, it was just very confusing for me. It was just like, what's going on? I even wrote down in my notes what's going on. Honestly, the songs were a banger. I would listen to the theme song. I really wrote down theme song slaps. It really does. Like, I will listen to that. But then like the flow was there. It was just me being confused. That was like only the beginning part, and everything else just like, okay, I understand. They're switching bodies, they're doing all that. The flow was perfect. Timing was good. Obviously the love interest was there, and it was a good movie.
Okay. So is it something like you're used to? Like, would you watch something similar to that, or is this like a one-time thing?
I usually watch something similar to that. I don't watch a lot of anime, but like TV show wise, like I do watch something similar to that. I obviously can't think of TV shows at the top of my head, but I do watch something similar. Like, okay, something happened and you forget your love interest, and the other one's like, wait, I know you. Come on, remember me.
Yeah. So, do you cry for those TV shows?
I do not cry for those TV shows.
Wow. So anything like romantic, you don't cry for, but
No.
you cry for everything else.
I cry for animals dying. Okay, unless it's like a very like a major character dying, then yes, I will cry. Like obviously in Endgame, Tony Stark dying, I cried hard. But anyways, back to this. But I I don't cry. I didn't cry.
Okay, that hurt my feelings a little bit. All right.
Well, I did tear up. I did tear up, but it wasn't like tears falling down my eyes.
Guys,
like, okay.
She's lying, bro. She literally was the most driest person when this movie. She was like so dry. I was like, Sam, you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. Like honestly, it's just like, I don't know.
I was engaged on the movie. Like every single time you said, Sam, you good? I was like, shh. I was looking back at my mom like, shut up. I want to watch this movie.
Yeah, she kind of was. But, aside from that, I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical of your finding. But elaborate more. Like, what kind of caught your eyes out in the movie? Like, what made it different from like anime that you normally see, like in just regular? Because I know you don't watch much anime, but I'm sure you have an idea based on like previews or something that or things that people tell you. Do you think this is different from anything like you've seen thus far, like from other people or like from social media?
I think it's just this one was a little bit different, not as like dramatically different. No, this
Mm-hmm.
one's a little different because they go. One is from the future, the other one's from the past, and they're both meeting up somehow at the same time. That's the only thing that's a little bit different, but not really. Like knowing anime and all that stuff, like it always happens somehow. But yeah, no, it's not that really different to me.
Okay. So, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But the thing is, for me, I'm an anime connoisseur. I watch, all of that mainstream, underground. You know what I mean. And for me, I feel like I have an attachment to the movies way more because they get me to feel way more, and their pacing is just different. They venture out into like the realism of life because anime is very goofy and like like hypothetical fantasy kind of dream imagine kind of thing. And I feel like with the movies, it kind of holds. It's obviously fictitious and like it's like fantasy too, but like the characters, how they interact is very realistic. Like the goals and everything of that is very realistic, and I feel like that's what separates it from like an anime. It's over the top because it's anime, but it's not too over the top. It could have some semblance of realism to it,
Yeah, no, I think for me, the over the top was always like them eating food. Like, eat that much food. Like, it's always, it doesn't matter. It's like all the cartoon TV shows, is anime or not, they just dramatically eats a lot of food, like Shaggy and Scooby. And like this anime, Your Name, she was like in his body and she was like buying desserts and like eating like cake and stuff like that. Like, what? Go to a cafe and order like a whole entire cake? I know I can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can. Shoot, I bust down some cake.
As long as it's like a really good cake, like from Publix, I will probably do
What's
it.
your favorite type of cake besides? Whoa.
All right, so from Publix, I will have to get a cookies and cream. It has to be the buttercream. It has to be the buttercream. Like, the ones already made in the fridge, you just pull it out. Like, that's my birthday cake every year.
I've never had a Publix cookies and cream cake. I've only had the red velvet.
That's sad. That is sad. You're invited to my birthday. I need you to have that.
Okay. See, red velvet has always been the cake for me. Like, I'll eat red velvet anything. Red velvet pound cake, red velvet cupcakes, red velvet anything. Because that is fire.
Good to know. Good to know.
But I'm open to cake is cake. I'm open to any kind of cake. You know what I'm saying? Even the other cake. Because I be going to the gym. I think I got the better cake than Publix. You know what I'm saying?
No, Publix win doesn't matter.
I don't know about that. I could outwork Publix in the gym any day.
Okay, sure.
It's factual.
Come on, we need to get back to the movie. Come on, this is something.
There wasn't there cake in. I'm just kidding. But go ahead.
Honestly, I do like the fact that she is a girl from like a small town, and she just wants to get out of there.
Just
and
a small town
she happens.
Girl living
she just happens. Yeah, sing it, her. Come on.
Sticker trip. Oh, midnight train going any. Well, that actually happened in the movie, though.
Yeah, it did actually.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But then obviously she wakes up into a different body of a boy who lives in Tokyo, somewhere she really wants to go to. And I just think it's like fitting because like she doesn't know she's from the past and everything she's experiencing is happening to her. And he's like, what are you talking about? There's no meteor shower. There's no comet shower or something like that. And it just fits in perfectly because she did experience one of her few last moments before, obviously he went back and saved her.
Yeah.
Was her experiencing, like, she went to Tokyo, she experienced all the good things she wanted to do, and she died, I think, kind of happy, but her spirit was there, like, she's not ready to die.
Yeah, because she wanted him to be her waifu or her husbando. And
Yeah. But you could tell she was kind of happy. Like, she wanted love, obviously, but she was kind of happy that she got to experience things that she really wanted to do.
You know, especially after with the date as him with the female, she was like, "Oh, I wish I went on the date, but we switched and never switched back again." And I was just like, "Dang." Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for me, it was a very confusing part because I was trying to feel like, wait, is she a lesbian or she was straight? Because she was way enjoying her date with the Miss Sakioto.
Dang, I'm surprised you remember her name, dude. You did research. Okay, you doing homework.
I was kind of a little surprised. I'm like, wait, does she? I was like, wait, no. And I was like, wait. It was a little confusing because but I do believe like she was enjoying spending time with other people.
Yeah. No, that's really it. Like, she's just having fun and having new experiences, eating good food and all that. You know what I mean? It really is what it is. But like okay, so this is my favorite part of all the movie, the artwork. Because I know you like the music. Wow. The music was chef's kiss, but the artwork.
Wow. And especially my favorite was the comet radiating in like the golden hour, I forgot what they called it in the movie. It was the magic hour. Yeah. It was so beautiful. And then when the comet came by, it just chef kiss.
You heard it here though. Sammy chef kiss when a bunch of people are about to die. He's like, oh, the comet looks so beautiful. It's a shame that they had to die for it. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
That's what you're saying. But dude, the art, like, literally my favorite scenes was, it was showing the cycles of day and night and all that stuff. Like how it was running throughout.
The time lapse?
Yes. That was, oh my god. All the time lapse scenes were just so crisp, so clean, so beautiful, Sammy. You have no idea. That is like, I live for that, dude. Oh, if only I could experience that in real life. That's,
They do that in real life.
I know, but like, I've never seen it well, because everything, like, when you draw everything, it looks that much better because you add like the gloss and all that stuff on it, you know?
You add the little things, that extra colors that weren't there and all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's just, I want to die looking at that, you know?
No, I get it. Trust me. I would love to see that too.
That is just, man, I need to be a camera. I need to just sit there one day on a pier and just watch a time lapse of the Earth in real time and not sleep for 24 hours. I would do that. Sunrise to sundown. But
no, I don't like it. You need to sleep. I don't know how many times they tell you need to sleep.
I'm sorry, I'm a workaholic, okay? But things got to get done. You did. But real deal though. The art, the music fit the art so much. It was so soft and okay. So you said you like the music,
song.
Huh?
Yeah, the theme song. I really wrote down theme song slaps. Like, honestly, I don't know. I was like jamming to it, and then obviously it mentioned like the title of the movie, Your Name.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa! Like, that's a good way to introduce like the title of the movie subtly into like the theme song.
Yeah. So is that something you normally would listen to or anything like that, or is just like
my music choice? You can ask any of my friends. It's really weird. It's really random. Some days I feel like listening to country music. Other days I feel like listening to One Direction, and some days I feel like listening to all.
Okay, I know you're female, but you're just gonna get a lot of hate. They're gonna start cyberbullying you for that.
Trust me, if I get hate for One Direction, then we're going to get the Directioners coming back and be like, no, there's not going to be any hate.
I think they'll let that slide because of Harry Styles. They're still simping over Harry Styles. But the whole country thing, actually, I don't know.
Man, country music is the bomb. I love it.
Don't say that while I'm here. I'm not trying to get cyberbullied too. Yeah. I'm just
But yeah,
playing,
no,
dude.
the music, I love how like it wasn't like overbearing music. It was not like a Disney movie where you just have every single 5 seconds someone singing. Like, why are you singing? No,
Dang.
it was like not someone singing, but like it wasn't not overbearing music. It was just appropriate times. Here's the music. You're like, oh yeah,
Tell
no,
us how
that
you
that
really
makes
feel.
sense.
Tell us how you really feel about Disney, Sammy.
Now, I mean, obviously, Flynn Rider can agree with me. Why there's so many music, why people are singing randomly.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm not gonna cap though. That movie holds a special place in my heart. That movie real though does because it's just I don't know, the pacing's great, the the artwork, the music, and I don't know, like I guess I'm a sucker for like cheesy romance animes. I don't know. Maybe that's what how I could explain it, but it's just. But I'm not gonna lie though, for as good as it is, I feel like there's a lot of like holes in the plot that I wish they would have ventured out more. And I also was gonna tell you about like the ending. I wish they would. I hate those kind of anime movies because they leave the ending up to your interpretation. Maybe I don't want to interpret it. Maybe I want you to like write out the whole ending for me because it just stops and they're like, "Oh, could I get your name?" And that's that. And I'm just like, "No, there's no satisfaction there." Do they remember each other? What happens? Do they like
That's
start?
what I wrote down. I'm like, I put down 5 years later, right? I'm
Yeah,
like, so wait, what happened 5 years later? Wait, did they pass across each other? Because the first time it was like a bus on at the train station, like he felt her present and he's
yeah.
like looking at her, and I'm like, is that really her? And then like again when they're walking by each other and he looked at her, I'm like, is that really her? And obviously we found her out, her friends were still alive, and like, okay, so her friends are alive, but is she alive? Right? And then finally, like, they saw each other again in the train station, like, oh, wait, I know them. And like, I don't know why, like, I understand like they have that instant connection, but um like how? Like I do like how they ended. I know you hated it, but like they ended with like them saying like, "What's your name?" Like at the end of the title, like I said subtly, like they don't push out your name like 500 times. It was subtle.
Yeah.
So I did like how that kind of ended, but I really wish they put more instead of me like, is there gonna be a part two?
Yeah, see, and that's no, and that's the sad thing about these kind of anime movies. There never is a clear resolution. It just stops once like the main message has been conceived. You know what I mean? And if you actually think more on a surface level, it's actually really deep what they were trying to get at in terms of the message, in terms of time, and how precious it is, and like your past and all that stuff when they were going through her history of her family and how that's significant and played a role in her. And a lot of like anime movies like that deal with the idea of being trapped, whether it's in your town and you seek, they seek discomfort, they seek travel, they seek like romance, and they find escapism in that. And that's a common trope in these type of movies and even shows, to be honest with you. But I feel like they fall short not because they they just fall short because they don't want to explain the rest. I don't know. And they want you to figure it out. And for some reason, that kind of bothers me. I'm watching a show so I don't have to think, bro. I want you to figure it out for me. You know what I mean?
No, I understand what you mean, and like the worst thing is like Miss Sakioto like finally meeting up with him, and she's like, and you could see like she has a wedding ring, like she found someone. She's like, oh, I hope you find someone. I was like, he did. She's dead. I'm not even sure she's alive, and like all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, she is alive. Oh, cool. Tell me, did they live a happy life, or like did they like, oh, it was just a one time fling? Was it actual bond, or were they actually soulmates? It was just like, come on, give me answers. I need the answers.
Yeah, and I'm crazy. Like, out of all of them, why them two? Like, why they're the ones who get to switch? And why haven't? Oh no, this has happened before. It's just unsuccessful because remember the grandma was saying, "Oh, yeah, I've had strange dreams too," and it's kind of gone down her family line.
Yeah, and I think I like you said, this was successful because they can like he finally figured out what happened. Even though he was forgetting her name, like the whole entire process of him like what's going on, what's her name, and then finally he found her and he's like all of a sudden forgets her name. I'm sorry. How would you forget someone's name? I would write it down so I wouldn't forget their name.
No, it's just the magic. It's just the magic. Because remember,
I know it's the magic, but like still, like I will still write it down. Like even though she had it written down her hand,
she forgot.
She was like,
because all the memory is gone. All the memories erased. Like it's like literally, imagine if you've never met me and you have some random name, like you had Herc in your hand. So are you gonna know what the heck that means? Are you gonna think, oh, maybe I met somebody named Herc?
yeah, but like still, I'll be like, who is this? Like who is Herc? Like I'll write it down or something like that. And
but
like,
you're not gonna know everything though.
I'm not gonna know everything. I will forget it over time, sadly. But like for him, it was just a weird thing in the back of his mind. Like, oh, I don't know why, but I like this. I like trying to build things, like protecting. He was like, he never understand why the nature he wanted to do the things he did. And I was like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, I remember doing this when I was younger. I just forgot the reason why. And I was like, what?
Nah, see, I understand that, dude. I mean, honestly, me, I'm not that bad. I don't have freaking dementia. I remember stuff, but like, I guess for the story's sake, I understand why they did it and the whole magic of like, oh, will they, won't they, or oh, I can't remember because the magic effect is wearing off or something, like the ritual from the shrine thing is wearing off and they have to figure it out. It's there to cause suspense, but I feel like they played that well. Because if they still remembered each other, then I guess it would be a short movie in terms of like the ending. And the ending wouldn't make sense. But at the same time, I would be happy if they remembered each other. Then we'd have a proper freaking ending to where we don't have to guess what happens after that. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean.
But you know, it is what it is. It's not like a perfect movie, but to me, it's a really good movie. Like, it gets you to think and like feel, more importantly.
Honestly, the way that the grandmother was talking about like the bond and union between like the bracelet that they were making, it was just honestly really, really nice to hear. Like a bond can't be broken, and you know all these things is gonna be completed one way or another.
Yeah, twist and turn and intertwine and yep. It's just they know exactly what to say the right way. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, dude. It just works. Even if it's incomplete, it literally just works, and that's all I could say about it.
Find a way, yeah. And the grandmother, I love how the fact that she knows, she's like, this is not you. And it's like, what do you mean this is not me? This is me. She's like, no, it's not.
Hey,
you've been acting different.
Hold on,
you've been acting different. Oh, go.
So, dang, remember when they switched? He really was about to throw hands with the dad, bro.
Bro, I was hoping he did. I was hoping because the dad was like the worst father I ever seen. And like his father wasn't even there as much, but like at least he's like, hey, it's your turn to do breakfast. Come on.
Oh, I was talking about
his father was understanding, but her father,
yeah.
Man, I was ready to go through that screen and like punch him too. Like I was ready to fight him.
Yeah, he's a D-bag, bro. Like, honestly, like when I first saw it and she grabbed his tie, I thought she was going to smack the balls out of him, bro. I would have been like, justice served. But unfortunately,
I would have been happy. I would probably rate it a little bit higher. No, I'm joking, but
nah, I would have been too. I mean, I ain't really with the violence, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he was acting out of line. He should have gotten that pimp slapped across his face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Even the mother, like his mother-in-law, hated him too, and she's like, "Girls, I'm taking possession over you." I was like, "Dang!" Like he lost that battle so badly.
Yeah, that grandma was like, "You crazy? You lost your mom, and now you're acting funny." So. Yeah, I guess yeah, and also it was like a thing where he didn't want to do the ritual. It's like, oh, I lost my wife. How could I do something that I like? Yeah, I
Remind
think
me of her.
I think the ritual really has been saving their families for generation. Well,
Yeah, and
not their last
not
family because
his,
the
not
mini
his, but the
her.
mom's side.
Mm-hmm. And I guess they failed last time because a meteor. I don't know if you remember, the meteor fell and
Yeah,
killed
and
people beforehand. That's why they have the fat lake in the middle.
no, that's not the one. The that was not the right one. It's the crater when they were going to the little place where they did the ritual.
Oh, that's where it fell.
Yeah, that's just the last time. They didn't even mention it. It looks like a crater hit the place too.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the water like already there because it hit the same spot kind of. But nah, that
No,
makes sense. That
that's
makes
the
sense.
second. That's the second time. The first time it was the where they went over there and when they met up. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see like our background if you're watching on YouTube. It's where that is at.
Oh no, that makes sense. But nah, like overall, like what would you say the movie was if you had a final word for it?
Honestly, for first time people watching anime, I would recommend this movie. Obviously, it's gonna be confusing. Like I said, I was very confused. Obviously, there's probably gonna be better ones that Herc and I are gonna review.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is good to like get your toes wet a little bit into like this world. And obviously, if you want even more recommendation, you can just ask us, and I'm pretty sure Herc will give you a better recommendations than me.
Slide in my DMs, boy.
But other than that, no, it's a really good movie. I'm gonna be like her for a second. The pacing's good. Love the music, the pictures, like the drawings. Was honestly 10 out of 10. Like the music, 10 out of 10. Every single character played their role perfectly, and yeah, it made me laugh. I was laughing when the guy was always in the girl's body. I was laughing to myself, and I want to laugh too hard because
Immature,
I want to listen.
immature head ass. But but nah, honestly, to bounce off what you said, it really is. Like it's not like a crazy 10 out of 10, but it is a decent movie. And it is confusing at the start. But once you kind of like get a way of knowing like, oh, this is what's happening, I recommend watching it again just to like understand it from the very beginning, and then you could catch on to things you didn't catch on before. But it definitely is a nice little wholesome movie. So with that being said, you have anything else to say, Sam, before we wrap it up?
Hope you all have a good rest of your day. You know where to find us. Guys, subscribe, like the YouTube video. If you're listening to us on Spotify, just go follow us in all our social media places. Like I said before, and I'll keep on saying it. If you want to watch our bloopers or little clip reels, we have an Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to watch those over and over again.
Yo, you already know, because we stay strapped like that with the socials and, live content coming soon as usual. With that being said, it's Herc, it's been Sam, and we for now. Peace out. You
Thanks,
dig.
guys.
Adios.